let's talk to Jennifer Schmidt. She's the co-owner of Savor St. Louis Food Tours. Taste St. Louis, Savor St. Louis Food Tours are about to start their 6th season in April. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm good, Jay. Thank you for having Savor St. Louis on the show tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime somebody wants to come on and talk about a food vacation, I'm there. And I was reading a little bit about, an intro, and you're absolutely right in what you say. When my daughter and I went to New York City last year, one of the things that she did, and she's so much better at this than I am, going out and finding really interesting places to kind of go and eat. Not the most expensive restaurant or the place that you have to get in, a reservation 6 weeks in advance, but places that are different, that we don't have here, that are just unique. And we had more fun, seeking out a pizza place, a meatball place, a cookie dough place.
Mm-hmm. Well, your daughter's definitely on trend. That is what is happening, and it's growing very quickly. Food tours, about 10 years ago, you might have found maybe a handful of them in the country, but now you could probably find a food tour in every state, in every big city, and we're happy to have one here in St. Louis.
So talk about your food tours. You have one coming up. Talk about that.
Sure. Our food tour season is kicking off this coming weekend, rain or shine. And we run 3 routes down in St. Louis, and our first route was the Central West End. Then we grew our tours and then moved into the Del Mar Loop as well. And then this season, we are opening our downtown tour.
Oh. So when somebody takes a tour, what do they get? Why would they want to take your tour, Jennifer?
Sure. Well, we say 2 goals on our food tours, and this is for visitors and local visitors alike, and that is to teach our guests something about St. Louis they might not already know, and then also to feed them a very satisfying, progressive lunch along the way.
Yeah. Where is it just a single place that you go on these tours? Is it once a week, once a day? How does it work?
Sure. Well, our food tours operate right now on Fridays and Saturdays, and they go from 11 until 2 or 2:30, depending on which route you're on. And during that time, we stop at 5 to 6 restaurants in each neighborhood. So what that does is it really gives our guests the chance to really get into the local scene, the local food scene and the neighborhood. We talk about history, we talk about architecture, we talk about culture as we walk through the neighborhood and then stop at restaurants to try one of their featured tastings. So you just eat your way through town and learn something while you're at it.
You know what? A lot of worse ways to spend an afternoon. Now, what about for people in the area, like me and the listeners? I live here. I don't need somebody to take me on a tour. The truth is there's so many good restaurants that I know nothing about that we have people come in and talk about. This is, I guess, your food tours are a way for me to find out about them and actually experience them.
Yeah, you know what? It sure is. And actually, we go to great lengths to vet all of the restaurants that we feature on our tours. We make sure they're locally owned and locally operated, just like we are. We want to offer our guests something that is very unique to that restaurant and even unique to our city. So we're sure to serve up something that might be a little bit off the beaten path for our guests, but it's something they might not have otherwise found on their own. Not everyone's as adventurous as your daughter, and I'm glad that she is, because I'm sure she might have introduced you to places you'd never thought of, and that's exactly what we're trying to foster. We have a passion for food. We have a passion for family in St. Louis, so this is like the perfect culmination of all three.
Yeah, and it's also a great opportunity to meet some folks and enjoy these places in a group.
You know what? You're absolutely right, Jay. Our food tours last about 3 hours. So when we get our guests together, we make sure to introduce everyone at the beginning. And then by the time our tours wrap up, it's like you've met a whole group of new friends, and you've also experienced something really unique. And especially when we do get to the restaurants, in some cases we get either the chef or the owner to come and speak with our groups, so that, you know, it really makes people feel invited and welcome, so that they're more, you know, likely to go back when they come back in town, or when they come back downtown or the West End. You know, it becomes one of their restaurants on their list.
Yeah. Jennifer Schmidt from Savor St. Louis Food Tours. We have a problem in this city. We've talked about it lots on this show of, people not wanting to cross certain border lines, if you will, the 270 kind of east-west borderline, or the Del Mar Divide, or the downtown versus St. Louis County. Some people just won't go downtown by themselves or even as a couple. But here you are, as a group, it makes it safe to explore and to truly find out that, you know what, you can cross over 270 and live to talk about it. You bet you can. And you know what, everyone asks, do you get a lot of out-of-towners? Do you get a lot of locals? And you know what, we really do get about half and half. And we call them local tourists sometimes because of, outside of 270, it just keeps growing and growing. And some people might have lost touch with, the Central West End or the Loop, or even downtown. So we are very pro-city, and we're very pro-food and the restaurant scene in St. Louis. So this is a great way. It's during the day. Bring everyone down to the city to explore and to taste their way through town. I mean, there's really nothing not to like about it. Right. Yeah. Are these secret locations? Can you give us an idea of some of the places that you're visiting on these tours?
Oh, sure. They're not secret necessarily, but they're all pretty consistent throughout our routes. What we like to do is partner with restaurants that have staying power, that are creative and unique and really offer something unique to our guests. So some of our stops include, across town, we added barbecue, so they're going to Salt and Smoke, which we love, in the Del Mar Loop.
Yep.
We've been longtime friends and partners with folks at Pie, and it just so happens that Pie Pizzeria is located on all our routes,
right,
which we love. Our downtown tour features Hero Asian Fusion. We love bringing people down to Hero to try it, those that haven't before. We go to Dressel's Pub. That's in the Central West End. It's been there forever.
Yes.
And we just adore the folks that work there, and they just turn out some really great, innovative cuisine. So we love going there too. So we try and offer a great variety of tastings on our tour, and we do get great feedback on TripAdvisor. We hear from our guests all the time that they were really surprised at the different tastings that we offer, and they also were surprised at how hearty the portions are. So we definitely don't. We tell people to wear comfy shoes and come hungry, because that's what you got to do if you're going to go on one of our food tours.
What if I wanted to bring a group together, get together an office group or a private tour?
Sure. We do those all the time, actually. And it's great for team building and just to do something a little bit different. So we offer private tours by appointment. We can take, we've taken as many as 20 plus on our private tours. It's a lot of fun. It's something a little bit different. And you just have to be adventuresome and try new things.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. Jennifer Schmidt, tell us all about how people can find out more, get signed up for these tours starting, this week?
Yeah, this coming weekend, our season opens, and we'll stay open through early December. You can find out more about our food tours at savorstlouis.com. And you can also check out our booking calendar and book one on the website.
Great idea. Sounds wonderful. People, it's a chance to visit a part of town that maybe you're not familiar with and really enjoy some friendship and some good food.
You bet.
All right. Thanks. Jennifer Schmidt, Savor St. Louis Food Tours. Thanks for being with us.
You bet. Thank you so much, Jay.
All right.